After last year's fallow period, we are back in the Aosta Valley for the Thuile. We're about as far northwest as it's possible to get in Italy before you hit France. Mont Blanc is just over there somewhere, or Monte Bianco as they call it here in Italy.
I go blind when I think of you. I go blind, don't know why.
And behind me is the town of La Thuile. Famous for its winter sports, it hosted a round of the Ski World Cup in February, so it's a dab hand at these big events.
I see no sense to be this way. I walk
The town sits at 1,450 metres and the highest stage will be starting at 2,600. So we are in for a true alpine treat.
I see no sense to be this way. I walk alone, I'm so afraid.
We have 2 days of racing this weekend with 3 stages on each day. Coming into this event 2 years ago, Richie Rude was sat 30th in the rankings. Contrast that with now, he is sat tenaciously atop of them. Cecile Ravanel is 190 points ahead in the women's, but there is a melee of raucous talent coming on strong behind her.
I go blind.
We were hoping to see Tracy Mosley racing here again after returning to win the last round in Ireland, but having recently broken her sternum, she will not be here. Nor will Annika Beerton, who is out with a virus, and her teammate Martin Mays is also out after picking up an injury racing downhill in Fort William. But we will have a few additional stars dropping in: Troy Brosnan, Fabian Burrell, Sam Hill, to name a few.
I see no sense to be this way.
Richie, current series leader, I've heard you're going well in practice. Are you feeling confident this weekend?
Yeah, feeling good. It's good that we're here 2 years ago, because you kind of remember a bit of the trails and everything, so it kind of helps with the confidence. It's pretty rough kind of the whole way down. They're long stages obviously, so I think arm pump or just sore hands will be a bit of an issue.
Not arm pump with them size guns, eh?
Sometimes, you know.
And we see in the series 5 of you French riders chasing up on Richie Rude, who's leading it. Do you think one of you's got it to take it to him this weekend?
Well, I don't know. Richie, I've been really strong since the beginning of the season. I will try to do my best and see what I can do, but he's strong, and I think it's going to be hard to catch him. But there is a lot of other Frenchies that are motivated, and we will not let him win that easily.
Damien, 2 years ago you won here. Are you feeling good for today?
Yeah, I feel good, but we never know. I think we need to ride 90% to be safe because it's a long track and a long weekend, so
yeah,
we'll see.
So Francois, this sort of terrain good for you?
Oh yeah, I've spent 2 amazing days riding the trail. It's so much fun, so difficult too. It will be really physical demanding, because at the same time physically and technically. So it will be a perfect enduro race, I mean.
Greg, got to be feeling good coming into this, having won the last round, but very different trails.
Yeah, all ready to go for the day now. So different to Ireland, I probably couldn't be further. But I really like it. I think the trails suit me quite well and really enjoyed practice, so yeah, it's all good.
Cecile, it looks like it's going to be a good weekend's racing. Really tough, rough tracks. Do you think they'll suit you?
I wait tomorrow because the trails are really steep and technical, but I like it.
It's the start of day 1 of racing. The riders have a long ride to the top, but we thought we'd take an easier route up.
Well, it's longer than I expected it to be. There's a helicopter at the top as well, so that had you making sure you're hitting the good lines. I just got up in this on the stage 1, but I was not really feeling fast.
I'm really hungry. When boys walk on the track at the beginning, I crash.
Wild, rather tight turns. We'll see how I'm sitting after stage 1 and
figure out how hard we have to push. The branch went in the cassette. 12 in pedals and start with chain device and chain came off, so didn't have a pedal for the whole 3/4 of the stage.
It starts with drama. Cecile Ravanel getting taken out by Jared Graves, and not for a hot date. But whilst he was having a look at the track before his run, I do think he'll have to buy her a drink to say sorry though. It doesn't seem to affect her as she takes the win by 18 seconds. Corduria is her closest challenger. The presence of a charging Sam Hill, who takes an impressive second, does nothing to intimidate Rude, who is mowing down the competition and the tough mountainous terrain straight off the bat. Cube teammates Callahan and Lowe start strong, sandwiching Alex Cure, who shows what he is capable of.
Hey, I laid out on the roof today. It's looking pretty special from the place I lay. The haze to buzz up the town below. The clouds are lazy like you and me, and the sky could make.
It's hard for the hands, but you're just like having that much fun. You're like, yeah, come on, hold on the bars, keep going. It's so sick, it's great.
I just hit a rock and heard the front wheel hissing. And yeah, I just kept going. It went down half flat. And I could nurse it, and I just came into a switchback and it just went.
It's summertime in our little town. There's sunny faces all around me.
I think I was second on stage one. Probably got me excited and pushed too much on this one, but keep charging.
There's sunny faces all around me.
I had a really silly crash. In one corner, I just was like, I was blown away.
This stage, I feel better. I catch Isa at the middle of the trail, but with the dust and the single track, it was impossible to pass.
43.
Rude and Hill are marching on as last round's winner Callahan has his strong start scuppered by a flat. Oton, who has previously won here, starts to demonstrate that same form again as he, Florian Nicolai and Bailey Matra move up the general classification with a strong stage. Corduria crashes, allowing Ravanel to catch her on track, but they remain in 1-2 for the overall. 23-year-old Canadian Nadeau is showing her serious promise after missing the first 2 rounds through injury.
Richie Rude is already here! Richie Rude is already at the finish line!
Damien Otto suffers the embarrassment of being caught by Rude just before the line, but no more than the rest of the field as Rude makes up the 30-second gap on the Frenchman and the entire field. Curtis Keane has his best stage result since Whistler 2014. Ravanel and Corduria are settling into being a dominant 1-2. The Gehrig twins and Ines Toma round out the top 5 in the women's. What an incredible day's racing we've seen here in Thuile. 2 riders absolutely dominating. Richie Rude nearly a minute up and Cecile Ravanel just over a minute up. Let's see who we can find in the pits at the end of this first day. How's today been for you? It looks like it's been a bit up and down.
Yeah, it was like really up and down for me, especially stage 2 as I crashed and I was stuck with tape around my foot. I've lost quite a lot of time. But then I've been like second on the 2 other stages, which is good for me. It's what I'm hoping for.
It's okay, but Richie, it's really strong.
What do you think he's doing out there today then?
I don't know. To be honest, he passed me on the last climb, and that was amazing. It's just like a moto passed me. It was crazy.
On the final stage, you put 30 seconds into Damien Otton in front of you and overtook him. He said he just didn't know what was coming when you came past him. Like, obviously a lot of power there as well.
Yeah, I think the legs are feeling pretty decent this weekend, so that's always good. There's a lot of pedaling out there, like little short climbs and everything, so you gotta like go hard up those, but still be able to recover, so yeah, it's a bit tricky.
Sam, it's been an absolutely incredible day for you today, second on every stage. How have you been finding this whole enduro like?
It's cool. Wasn't too sure how I'd go on these long mountain stages, but yeah, just trying to ride smooth and limit my mistakes, and yeah, just pedal as hard as I can where you need to, and yeah, it's been working out all right.
And the pedalling as hard as you can, got to be the, well, you definitely are the top rider on flat pedals. Not tempted by switching over to clips?
No, I think I'd still be stuck in a bush somewhere if I was clipped in probably.
It's day 2 here in Thuile. Have any of these riders behind me got what it takes to rise to the challenge? Richie Rude is laid down in the men's category and Cecile Ravanel in the women's.
Not gone to plan. Top bit was alright, and then a bit of flat high speed and just tuck the front end over the bars.
Yeah, so far not so good. I retired in the first stage of second day, and I tried this morning, but just no arm, no everything, no power at all.
I've got a flat. Seems to be the story of my season, so might go have a beer, eh?
Yeah, I'm just happy because Richie doesn't pass me.
The longest stage of the weekend gets the better of 2 Aussies. Graves' weekend is ended with a flat, and Sam Hill crashes as he tries to carry as much speed onto a flatter section of the course, making him lose a ruck of time, 40 seconds back in 24th. Clement starts to make amends for a poor Saturday. Otton finishes second, moving him ahead of Hill in the GC, but Rude racks up another and is 1 minute 18 seconds ahead overall. Ravanel is showing the same dominance in the women's, and young Nadeau gets the better of Corderia for second.
If you attack, you're good to go. As soon as you hesitate, it's all over, and you just gotta trust that the berm's there and just go with it. The more you enjoy it, the faster you ride, I think.
I think it's one of my worst days of racing so far this season. I mean, it's normally what I like. It's steep, it's technical. I think my body is a little bit pressed now.
The first in the final duo of savage stages requires a lot from the rider's skills. The master of steep, Sam Hill, gets a stage over Rude. But it's not enough to reclaim second in the overall. Part-timer Fabien Barel has the skills to pay the bills even in retirement. Corderia struggles despite being second again, and Ravanel relishes the steep challenge. Rude may have let the penultimate stage slip, but not the final. It's 5 out of 6 for the man who's in the form of his life. Jack Moyer complements his 5th on stage 5 with a 2nd on the final, nudging Hill into 3rd. Curtis Keane is up there, showing promise once again. It's a massively impressive clean sweep for Cecile Ravanel, showing that when she says she likes steep and technical tracks, she means it. Cordurier is making 2nd place her own with strong rides. Rude has been in a league of his own this weekend. Hill showed that his unequivocal talent is impressively transferable to Enduro, being the only man able to interrupt Richie by winning a stage. Otton showed his form has returned after last year's injury. Compatriots Florian Nicolai and Bailey Matra enjoy the big mountains, and Curtis Keane has his best finish in 2 years. So clean sweep, apart from that one stage to Sam Hill. Not a bad person to give one up to.
No, yeah, I'm definitely stoked to have him like right behind me. It's like good to see him as a downhiller like coming in here and just doing well. Like it shows how like I think like with Enduro it's like best to have like all good around skills, and I'm pretty stoked because I always looked up to him. So like having him right behind me or even being in front of him is pretty unreal.
Brilliant ride this weekend. Is this, how were you approaching this coming into it?
I wasn't too sure how I'd go on these longer stages, and it's the first 2-day Enduro I've done. So, and yesterday was 3 good clean stages, and today was 3 pretty wild stages, and had crashes on all 3. So,
not a bad record on these 3. Are we going to see you at some more?
Yeah, I'm going to miss Colorado, and then I'll do the rest of the season. So, see if I can get some more podiums and just learn some more experience.
In the series, that secured that 2nd place for you. You were tied coming in, but now you'll be clear in that 2nd, eh?
Yeah, I think Jerome it's 9 today or 8, so I take some good points for the championship. It's good, happy.
So Cecile, another great ride for you this weekend. It wasn't a great start with that little incident at the top of stage 1, but you fought back from that.
Yeah, maybe the stage 1 wake up me. Well, and after I was a little bit angry and more concentrate, and I want to win all the stage, and that's it.
Congratulations, Isabel, your best ever result this weekend.
Yeah, finally I'm getting 2nd. I've been 5-time 3rd, so yeah, I just made this little step for me, and it's huge. I'm really happy about that, yeah.
So an incredible weekend's riding for you. What was your ambitions coming into this weekend?
It was actually my season opener because I crashed on the first day of practice in Chile. So really, I didn't really set a goal. I thought that maybe 8 would be cool because it's my brother's favorite number. Really, like no real objectives. So yeah, it's awesome.
Richie Rude is now 390 points out in front, dominant but far from secure. Otton, Clements and Nicolai were tied for points coming here, but this race has given them a shakedown, with Otton securing 2nd, followed by Nicolai and Clements. The top 5 remains unchanged in the women's rankings. Ray Morrison slips down 2 positions after injuring herself on the first stage this weekend. Rocky Mountain extend their lead by another 145 points. Ibis are up 1 place to 2nd, as are Canyon from 4th to 3rd. Despite Otton's 3rd place, Da Vinci slipped from 2nd to 4th. It was a Gara de Power for Richie Rude this weekend, a race that surely struck fear into his rivals. What can they do to match this man? And it was the same case in the women's, if not even more so, with Cecile Ravanel claiming every stage. I was looking forward to this event, and I'm sure most of the racers were too, and it delivered. A race of such magnitude that it even matched these mountains. We are back in the Aosta Valley for the Thuile.
Good that we're here 2 years ago, it kind of helps the confidence.
Back the front end of the bars.
I love more than everything attack.
Richie!